All in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we've got an AFC North tilt here, and this is a division coming into 2019 where maybe you're saying, is there a changing at the guard at the top?
And if so, could it be a team that possibly we haven't talked about in a long time? Could it be the Cleveland Browns? Because they are the trendy pick right now with the young quarterback Baker Mayfield, the acquisition of Odell Beckham Jr., and so many other great moves that they've made along the way. Can they now move to the top of the leaderboard ahead of Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati? They believe they can.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Andy Dalton bringing out the Cincinnati Bengals, who have struggled to start the season at 0-3. And you look what Dalton did last week, Charles, 20 for 36. Accuracy an issue. 3 of his passes were batted down at the line. And he's constantly been under pressure, too. That hasn't helped.
It certainly has not. And they haven't been able to run the balls effectively as they would have liked going into the season. The offensive line, they've got to start to come together and play a lot better, not just to protect their quarterback, but to create some creases for their runners to find the secondary. They really need A.J. Green back on the perimeter, waiting patiently for his return after injuring his ankle in the preseason.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
While the Bengals struggled in 2018, running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time to get our first look at this Pittsburgh Steelers offense coming off a loss last week against San Francisco. So now Pittsburgh at 0-3, Charles, and a lot of interest obviously in the quarterback position. Mason Rudolph stepping in for the injured Roethlisberger. He threw for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also did throw an interception. So the numbers aren't bad. They look like a young quarterback getting his first start, and he actually had his team in the game throughout. But consistency is going to be the key. Can he continue to improve on that performance and then start making some plays that are winning plays? Because this team 0-3, I don't think any of us would have thought it when the season began.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check cross, check cross, check cross.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
On second down now, it's Connor. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 19 yards that time for number 19.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. An opening there on that first down run as he gets us forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Play action, it's Rudolph. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down. They'll run on first down. Connor trying to run inside, but nothing there. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. Looking to throw on second down. Rudolph. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
52. Yo.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. 52, come on. We got to get the ball until you get the ball right here.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. As Cincinnati gets ready to take possession here on offense, you know, they're 0-3. We talked about that earlier. Let's look at their next 3 games. At Pittsburgh, hosting Arizona, then they go back on the road to Baltimore. That one obviously won't be easy. Could this be an 0-6 team in 3 weeks?
It very well could be. But let's flip it around and try and look positively for them, because at Pittsburgh is not what it was before. With the injuries the Steelers have had, the Steelers also off to an 0-3 start. That's an opportunity to actually go in and steal one. Arizona, 0-2-1 in the early going with a rookie quarterback in Kyler Murray. You've got a chance. Got them at home. Then the tough one to me, on the road against Baltimore, who's playing awfully well in the early going, despite a loss to Kansas City last week. So I'm not sure they get to 0-6. If they do, they've really got problems because I think they've got 2 winnable games coming up.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense taking the field again here. CD, we talked earlier about their 0-3 start to the season and how obviously that's a complete shock to everybody. They've never had a losing season under Coach Tomlin. How much optimism now could there be at 0-3, if any?
As far as this year, I think it's really tough. It's a major stretch, and Mike Tomlin will continue to stress that teams have started seasons 0-4 and made the playoffs. Remember the Chargers doing that back in the day? But at the same time, you have to be realistic. Brand new quarterback, just getting his first starts in the NFL, trying to put that all together in a very tough division with Baltimore playing well. I think it's really, really difficult to see this team being in the playoff race for another season. And how about this? They play Cincinnati next week. Both teams fighting to get their first win. When the season began, we thought maybe Pittsburgh would be playing this game fighting for first place. Cincinnati, not surprised, they're 0-3.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards on the play, first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 14-yard touchdown. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
70, Indy.
On 1st down, it's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, tight end's right. One tight end.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Rudolph. And that is incomplete. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
1st and 10 for Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And able to get this out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Dalton, 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. so we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rudolph. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Here comes Erickson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Dalton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier, intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
This is Mixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 24, Dalton. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 5-yard touchdown run. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be second down. With that incompletion, we step league-wide for a second. I want to discuss Saquon Barkley's injury. Obviously, that hurts the Giants, who are having a quarterback change. And, look, Daniel Jones looked good, but they're going to need Saquon Barkley in that backfield.
In a big way. Not just as a runner, obviously, but his ability to catch the ball in the backfield, make plays in open space.
And, he coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. And an alley to run. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
On second and goal, Dalton. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass for...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Set 18 Gator.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Again, it's Mixon. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rudolph. His throw incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rudolph now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Rudolph. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rudolph throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it with counter. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rudolph looking to throw. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Rudolph. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop. 2nd and 5 now. Rudolph. 20. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
And the Steelers set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rudolph. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Johnson was the intended receiver.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Hands up, GAT! They're going to need some therapy out there.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, it's real easy to ascertain that in the game plan, Andy Dalton to A.J. Green was deemed vital.
And it certainly was the focal point of the defense. They just had trouble with it. Most teams do.
Well, that just tells you how good it is. These guys have grown together, you know, coming into the Bengals, getting together early, and continuing to get better. Doesn't matter what defense is put out there. They feel like they have an answer for it.
Andy Dalton now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Rudolph. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Erickson now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Oh, passing it. Dalton. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.